Okay, hello folks, this is Iridium24, and I'm going to give you a little bit of information on what to look for when you are shopping for one of the WASR AKs. Mine is in the regular AK caliber, 7.62 by 39. Check it and make sure it's empty. Okay, now I can show you. The biggest thing that these have run into with building from Century was the fact that the front sights come out canted. When they put them together, quality control doesn't exactly go overboard and check it, and your front sights will be canted to one side or the other. The only way to check for that, and perhaps the easiest way, is to just look down the rifle. I'm going to take a look at the camera here to make sure you can see the shot. If you look down the rifle, you'll notice your rear sight, which is flat. You want to make sure that's flat too and not canted. And you notice it lines right up with your front sight. You can also do it this way. Since the weapon's been safety checked, I'll show you this. And you can tell that's pretty straight. 1 or 2 degrees either way isn't going to kill you. Same for the gas block. The gas block here, you want to make sure that is straight as well. And if those two line up, you pretty much are good to go. Now, one other issue that comes in to play with the WASRs is mag wobble. I'm going to demonstrate this to you and show you a different AK that has a proper receiver and this one that has the cutout receiver. Basically, the WASR's converted from a single stack magazine, so the mag well is drilled out. That's how they get them in the country, you know, as a single stack sporting rifle. When it gets in the country, Century Arms drills out the mag well to accept full-size AK magazines. Okay, so because of that, it can be a little rough in here. It can be a little imperfect. On the newer ones, they've done a very good job. The older ones had this issue. This is an older one. I kind of cleaned it up a little bit, but there were really no sharp edges or any real bad problems there. Let me show you a regular AK receiver. You'll notice on this one, this is a Yugoslavian underfolder, you'll notice that it has magazine dimples. These tend to hold the magazine in place a little better. Okay. And also, this came as a full-size, full cutout rifle. That's how it was made. It wasn't converted. On the WASRs, since they're converted and they get a little bit of magazine wobble, what I've done to fix that problem, let me get a flashlight here and I'll show you, is I've just cut in little pieces of metal with a little bit of JB weld on the inside there, on either side. That kind of cuts down on it. This gun didn't really have a lot of bad magazine wobble, but I wanted to make sure that it didn't get any worse or cause any problems. And as you can see now, I can take any magazine and, doing this the wrong way with my hands, but fit it right in there and nothing's moving. There's no wobble on that. Okay? And it'll work with the regular AK mag. That's in there nice and solid. And, let's see if I can show you this. The 75 round Chinese drum mag. As you can see, it's not going anywhere. And yes, that's loaded, but it's not wound up, so they're not going anywhere. Okay? Okay. So, other than that, there are fixes for it. If it has a little bit of side-to-side play, that's not really a problem. The problems come in when they cut it wrong and it's got the front-to-back play, and that can cause you some feeding problems. And magazine not sitting up high enough, using hollow points, they'll get jammed into the receiver the wrong way. Okay. The stock, cheap wood, lots of dings in it. Not necessarily, sometimes has knots, not necessarily high quality wood. I just solved the problem by getting myself a synthetic backstock, ventilated handguard for the top. This is the original wood here. I just used truck bed liner on it. It gives a nice grippy feel. I don't know if you can see the texture, but it's kind of got a aggressive texture on it, and it looks really good too. I just sanded it down, cleaned it up. If you want to keep the original wood, one of the things you can do is refinish it. Sand it down, and to get the dings out, you take a wet towel and an iron. Put it over the ding, press down with the iron, and the ding will come up eventually. So you can refinish it. Another thing I've heard about these is the back stock is loose. When you get the gun, when you're testing it out in the store, make sure the back stock doesn't wiggle around. What you hear wiggling around in there is the cleaning kit. As long as that's on there good, you should be good to go. Other than that, you know, if you have all that there, you should have a good working WASR10 rifle. They get a bad rap, but that one's gone at least 2,000 rounds without a single problem. So I hope that kind of makes things easier for you when you're checking one out, and we will see you soon.